Okay, welcome to the video, guys. Today I will be going through the first race of the W Series season at the Styrian Grand Prix. Okay guys, so the second season of the W Series got underway this weekend at the Styrian Grand Prix, and here are my top talking points from the weekend. Okay, so my first talking point on the weekend is going to be all about Alice Powell, the Brit who dominated most of season one. A couple years ago. Was it not for her misfortune, I think she would have definitely been a championship contender. She won the final race of the year at Brands Hatch 2 years ago, and she picked up right where she left off, pole position yesterday, and took the race win from start to finish, never in any doubt. Controlled it, brilliant racecraft, and she's a really good driver, and I wouldn't be surprised if she wins it this year. She controlled the safety car restart really well and looked like a really experienced driver, so keep your eye on Alice Powell and let's see what she can do in the rest of the year. So obviously during the race, Jamie Chadwick unfortunately got taken out by Jess Hawkins in turn one. I don't think there was much Jess could have done with that. The tyres were cold, couldn't get those brakes to switch on, and those tyres locked up, and she went into the back of Jamie Chadwick, unfortunately. So my second point is on the Chadwick charge. I was really infuriated in the race because Chadwick is, the current world champion for the W Series, and she is clearly a very good racer, and from the back she closed the gap very quickly when she recovered, but she couldn't get past Gosha Radest, and I was getting really frustrated with it because she kept getting the moves down the outside of or the inside of Radest into turn one. Radest would overcook it, go wide, completely miss the corner, exceed track limits, and just rejoin in front of her. And the commentators were saying that Chadwick was shaking her head during the race because of frustrations in herself, but I don't think that's what it was. I think Jamie Chadwick herself knew that wasn't right, that there's no way she's going to get past Radest for 16th place or whatever it was at the time. She couldn't make that move because Radest wasn't respecting track limits, and I think it was going to be a real shame if it ended that way. And fortunately Chadwick got the safety car, bunched the group up, and she didn't hang around, did she? She tore through that pack from P16, I think she was, and in no time at all from the restart she made her way past Radest and just kept on going. I know there was chaos up ahead a few times in those final few laps after the restart, but yes, Jamie Chadwick just showing, keeping her head on straight, and she made her way through, and a really solid P7, was it? I can't remember what she's got now, but yeah, just a really good charge and a great finish for her in the points. So a great recovery race for Jamie Chadwick. And my next point is onto Belen Garcia, who is the young new female to join the series, and what a race she had. She was very unfortunate. She was applying pressure to Sarah Moore throughout, and I think if she could have got past Sarah Moore, I'm sure she would have charged on and maybe put a bit of pressure to Alice Powell, and she just got a bit unlucky and ended up binning the car off and going right to the back of the field, or towards the back of the field I should say anyway, before recovering again. And getting some really solid points, Belen Garcia. So I was really impressed with her. She could have been a bit more risky on her move on Sarah Moore earlier on and got the job done, but she played a nice safe race. She was going for that podium. Didn't work out for her today, but yeah, for a young new driver to the series, I was really impressed with her. So I reckon we're going to have big things from Belen Garcia this year. That sort of brings me on to my final point, with the sort of racing experience, we should call it. A lot of people were overcooking turn one and holding position by going way off the track, and that really didn't sit well with me. We had Gosha Radest doing it to Jamie Chadwick at the beginning of the race, where Jamie just couldn't get by because Radest was getting an unfair advantage by going off the track. She couldn't keep it on the track to defend, so she broke late, went off the track, and yet held position. And we saw it. I saw it with Belen Garcia as well, actually, towards the end when Kim Alainen was falling back. Jess Hawkins was still in with a great shout of a podium, and unfortunately, Belen Garcia went around the outside off the track and made the move stick. you know, in Formula One, I have no doubts they would have been on the team radio there, and she would have probably had to give that position over or face a penalty. So I mean, Belen Gusset had a great race, but like I say, it's there was a lot of times in this race where turn one in particular was being abused, and I think the stewards who's monitoring the race, I think they're going to have to just look at that maybe and just tighten it up for future races, because I'm not sure what penalties they can dish out, but definitely, or maybe just get on the radio to the driver and say, look, you might need to give that position back, because that spoiled it for me a little bit today, that there was some really sensible, good racing going on, and no doubt if some of these ladies were racing, in, let's say, with some of the other male formulas, I think there would have been that racing respect, and there would have been some brilliant moves from some of the ladies, but unfortunately, you see it where they can see what's happening, and if they don't pull out of a move, they're going to get squeezed off the track and out of the race. So, hopefully with a bit of experience as the year goes on, that improves. But all in all, brilliant weekend. I love the W Series. I think it's going to do great things. Jess Hawkins obviously is a representative for Aston Martin, and I've no doubt Jamie and Alice Powell certainly are going to make headways into the more male-dominated sports and formulas in years to come. So yeah, I'm excited for the next few races, and we'll see what happens. So that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and make a few on the W Series throughout, not necessarily just race reviews, but yeah, we'll watch this space, because I think it's going to be a really exciting series to be running. So if you like these videos today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to have a very spicy Styrian Formula 1 Grand Prix tomorrow, so yeah, keep an eye out for my race review on that in the week. And as always, if you like it, hit that subscribe button, and we'll try and keep this content going.